Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we're back with some more Counselor Reacts. Borderlands. Man, I can tell you when I first saw Borderlands 1 in high school, I thought it was the stupidest piece of crap game I'd ever seen. And then I played Borderlands 2, and I realized I was stupid. I was a stupid person because the guns, fun. Characters, fun. The story, amazing. Handsome Jack, probably one of the best villains in a video game I have ever seen. And I still think that. I still think Handsome Jack is probably one of the most iconic villains in a video game that you loved to hate. Very enjoyable dialogue, had funny moments, and it felt really satisfying to put that sucker down. Now, why are we talking about the video games? Because here we have Borderlands, the movie, and it is dog. It is dog water. It has a 9% from critics and 49% from audience. This is probably one of the few times where I feel like the critics are actually being more honest than the audience. Because if you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, the critics were very harsh on it. But the reality is you can turn your brain off to the story, which, yes, I agree. The story was very mid for Deadpool and Wolverine, but you didn't go for the story. You went for the action, the stupid jokes, the fan service. It was just a fantastic movie. I imagine you get none of that in this, because everything I have heard of, and no, I will not spend money to actually watch it. This is not a review on the movie. This is just me stating everything that's come out about this, and it will move. We're going to move on to the main topic, which is Borderlands is a failure, but not for Randy. That's right. Randy Pitchford thinks that this is just the bee's knees. But I imagine the audience who put this as a 50%, who actually thought they enjoyed it more than critics, probably turned their brain off all the way, and they probably were drunk. They probably had 12 beers or something in the movie theater. Like, they walked out. They had to be removed on stretchers. That was the only way they could watch it, is go comatose. And then when they woke up, they said, wow, that was an experience. And that's why it got higher than a 9% from viewers. Because anyone who looked at the first trailer knew that this was going to be a train wreck, because this is Lilith. Listen, the actors are great, but they do not play the part of the characters in the series. This is Borderlands, the retirement edition. Lilith is a young, hot woman. Most of the ladies are hot. And that's not me being sexist or anything. That is just literally the game. That's like making Betty White back in the day, and instead of having Angelina Jolie, star as Lara Croft, we had Betty White. Betty White as Lara Croft. Like, it's the same equivalent. I'm just saying. Anyone who thought this was actually going to be a good movie was smoking something. Or they were literally drinking 12 things of beer to just imagine it was going to be good. Why does that matter? Because we're going to go to a tweet. Apparently, Randy Pitchford is out there blocking anyone that has given valid criticism about the movie. That's right. If you give criticism, you will probably get blocked. Imagine that I get blocked. Even though I haven't seen it, I can still give criticism. Based on what I have seen, I can tell you just by watching, it's not Borderlands. Man, Dual Magic, I guess that's what his handle is. There's folks giving legit tempered criticism of the Borderlands movie, and they've received blocks. Long-term dedicated Borderlands players, like not even vitriolic, I think an apology and a reversal would be justified from you here. And we continue. Like, I love Borderlands and its community. Please don't let this experience and your reaction to folks not liking it sour any future perception of the IP. So if Valiant's out here saying, hey, people don't like this movie, it's garbage. People are giving valid criticisms and you're blocking them. That's not cool, man. But hey, at the same time, don't think that people don't like the Borderlands series. We want to see more Borderlands in the future, so just don't let this bad thing just ruin it for the whole batch of in the future, right? Take the L here, take the L from Borderlands the movie, but continue to push Borderlands in the future. And Randy Pitchfork, and I know it's Ford, but I'm calling Pitchfork, has nothing but positive things to say. I'm as cool as a cucumber. I'm actually pretty effing flattered that people are essentially saying that my team and I are doing a better job building characters and telling stories and making entertainment than this effing unbelievable cast and crew of some of the biggest and best filmmakers on the planet. I'm super happy to live in that world. Bro, that's what you got from that? Listen, time out. Me trying to be objective here. Let's be objective, right? I'm not going to be trying to be subjective. This movie has 9% from critics. Fans don't like this, and they have been criticizing you, and you've been blocking them. Like, they've criticized the movies, you've blocked them, and then you are saying that you are as cool as a cucumber. You disregard the main issues, and the takeaway is people really like our story better than a Hollywood cast that's just so amazing. And this story is so good, but people really enjoy our game so much more that's why they're so upset. It's because it had nothing to do about the fact that the movie was garbage or the casting was bad. It's because we just made such a superior product that of course you wouldn't like what anyone else does besides us. I know I got very subjective at the end, but that's literally what was happening there. Was he is completely disconnecting from reality, because that's not what people are saying. He's trying to imply that in this case, people enjoy the story so much they could not actually enjoy the movie, or at least that's what I'm trying to I have to dumb myself down a little bit for it. And then he's like, Randy, why do I feel like it's the meme of the dude? He's just like in the corner. The meme, the guy, he's got his head sideways. And he's like, he's obviously disappointed. And that's what I got from this. Randy, who told him people love Borderlands 3 story and characters? They lied. Bro, thought I liked Borderlands until I played 3. And I was like, wait, do I hate Borderlands? Am I even Tiny Teams was better than 3? Yeah, 3 was like garbage. It was just like this it was like fan fiction for Twitch fans. That's what it was. All right, but that's not what we're talking about. And so we go back, just keep going. And he responds, not to that, but he goes back and responds. If I accidentally blocked someone I shouldn't have, I'm sorry. I have blocked a dozen or so accounts, but only those that are being super douches. He's dicks, whatever, dicks, wishing harm to me and my family and my team and crap like that. I had one guy hit me up on a different account saying that he thinks I accidentally blocked him, and I looked up, and sure enough, he was right. There was literally nothing negative there. I have no idea how his account got blocked, but if I legit wanted to block someone, the world needs to respect as much as the world needs to respect them having the right to post whatever it was that made me want to block them. It's just the way crap works. Anyway, if you actually know of a mistake I made, please clue me in and I'll check it out and fix it. Cheers. You don't accidentally block someone. You just say you rage blocked because your movie was getting crapped on and move on. Take accountability. Exactly, right? This is this guy is so delusional. And it's not just me trying to be subjective. Objectively, this is what he was saying. He's Q as a cucumber and disconnecting what the real problem is. He's trying to relay that his game is so good and the cast is so good, but no one likes the cast. Almost universally, no one likes the cast, not because they're not good, it's because they don't fit the role. And what is this movie meant for? Because everything I have heard and even clips I have watched and seen that people posted about the movie, it's who is this movie meant for? Is it meant for fans? Because it's not. You didn't even do any respect to the series. You didn't follow any main stories. There's not even looting in the game or the movie, which is the premises of the game. And it's not for randos, because a lot of the crap that's in this movie, no one knows what the crap Borderlands is. Like, for all they know, it's like a worse version of Mad Max or Dune or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, who is this movie for? Because it's not for fans, because if it was meant for fans, it would be rated R. And that's another thing. You could tell immediately it was going to be a stinker. And you could tell any movie that or show that's based off a video game that's like mature, if it's rated PG, it's going to be garbage. Or most of the time it's going to be garbage. Obviously, there's some exceptions. But when you go in it and you actually show like blood and gore and death, which is what Borderlands is, it's like violence, you're going to get more satisfying reactions from fans. And you're going to have people who are going to be new fans because they're like, dude, this is dope. We actually have a rated R movie that with guns and like all this looting and all this stuff. Like, this is dope. Man, you blocked that Borderlands content creator and Paul Tassi for their reviews. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think Crixus deserved a block over his criticism. Duke Nukem movie. Then let's see, what did they say? K6. Obviously, they are a Borderlands creator. They love Borderlands. Let's see. Oh, come on. Are you sure you want to view these posts? Viewing bots won't unblock. Well, that's one way to handle criticisms. Well, I've been unblocked. Want to say thanks to... Okay, he's been unblocked. But what did he say? I'll say that I enjoyed it more than the second time, but I still feel like a very mid film. Again, I'm not a film critic and don't have some complex system for scoring. So if mid is 5 out of 10, then that's basically where I am. But I'd be pumped. I'd bump it up a bit for the fan service elements. Oh, I know people want Borderlands reviews, but I'm watching the movie again tomorrow, right night with my buds, and then I'll make a reviewed video. Coming out theaters in Hollywood, didn't feel great about it, but I also had fun watching something very messy, you know? I'm more looking in your opinion when we get BL4 trailer. I'm speculating that we could hear some. Okay, so they're talking about something else, but obviously this person, this seemed like a very mid response. Like, how do you accidentally block this? Very mid. Like, they're being like death threats. And here's the thing. I absolutely believe when people say that they receive death threats. I believe it. We've seen it with like Bungie and stuff like that. But absolutely, developers use that as an excuse. If you do not think that they use that as an excuse to then block all, if any, criticism, you are deceiving yourself. And that's exactly what we're seeing. There is no shot that Mr. Randy Pitchford accidentally just like click blocked, unless he's just blocking anything he's tagged in, which case it was an accident. He intentionally made the choice to not even bother look at it. He just blocked them. But I imagine his ego, and it's very much an ego issue, as someone who is literally got a master's degree in psychology. This response is 100% ego. I'm as cool as a cucumber. Like, this response is so ego to dislocate like the problem. Like that, no. That my team are doing a better job building characters and telling story. Like, I don't know what to tell you if you don't think that's egotistical, because that is 100% that. Like, ignoring the issue and then trying to make it about yourself. Like, my team made such a great story. Like, you're right. You made a great story, but the problem is the movie's just bad. Like, even people who have never played your games think this movie is bad. Seriously, there are plenty other, like, people who've never played the Last of Us series, and then they watched the TV show and fell in love with the Last of Us series. And it was one for one almost based on the game, and people fell in love with it. So don't be like, oh, well, it's just because people love our game so much. That's why they think we do a superior job. No, it's just because it's a garbage movie. Call it out what it is. It's a failure. Take responsibility for it. It's still funny that it's like, Brandy. Is he dissing himself from the film now? And yet you throw blocks at Chrism. Strange. Yeah. Overall, Borderlands is probably going to be one of the biggest stinkers in 2024. Like, it is crazy, and it hurts my heart that a series that I really do enjoy, and I had such a phenomenal time playing with friends in really stupid moments. Like, let me tell you, this is a fantastic game. If you've never played Borderlands 2, go out and buy it. It's always usually on sale. Don't do 3. 3 is mid. But if you want a fantastic all-around game with great story and you've never experienced it, Borderlands 2 is all you need. You can do 1. 1's fine. The story is but the gameplay is good. But 2 is very like the pinnacle. But man, this is pretty bad. I think they had like 200 million or something million, and they've not even made like 10 million. Like, my numbers aren't correct, but the difference is there. Like, it's significant difference. They are losing money. They probably paid this cast more than what they're getting back. And so this is a huge L for them. And unfortunately, my fear is that people aren't going to want to do video games in the future, but I want them to look at Fallouts and The Last of Us. These are superb shows or documentations, whatever based on video games. In fact, if you just want to stop doing movies and do shows, and it's easier and it's cheaper, and you can do a little bit time to actually prep, then do shows. I would love to see a Borderlands TV show based on the game. In fact, I think an animated series would do it more justice than live service. I don't know. That's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And if you did watch it, what'd you think? Do you think the ratings are true? Do you think it's a 5 out of 10? Like, it's mid? Like, it's like an all right? It wasn't absolutely garbage, but it wasn't something you would go watch or really advertise to anyone else to watch? Let me know in the comments down below what you think if you have seen it. Until next time, don't forget to be the best version of yourself and game